Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
And Houston, this is Station. I'm ready for the event.
European Space Agency, this is Mission Control, Houston. Please call Station for a voice check.
Hallo Carmen, I read you loud and clear. How me?
Hallo Matthias, vielen Dank.
Thank you,
Wir hören
Matthias.
dich
Hello.
sehr gut.
We
Schön,
can
dass
hear
du
you very
heute
well.
Zeit genommen hast. Wir haben
So happy you
heute
found
den
time
Hand in
today
Hand die
to speak to us.
Call.
We have a
Das DLR
Hands
hat
Around
eine
the
schöne
World call
Veranstaltung
today
organisiert.
that
Zu
children
dir
have
zugeschaltet
organized,
sind dann
and
Lisa
they're
und Sina aus
turned into you.
Oberpfaffenhofen zusammen mit
and
Alice,
from
einer Kinderreporterin,
Oberpfaffenhofen
sowohl
with
sowie
Sina,
Schulen in
Lena,
Deutschland verteilt. Und ich würde dich bitten,
child
dass du einfach
reporter,
loslegst.
and I suggest you get going now.
Vielen Dank, Carmen.
Thank you, Carmen. Greetings. Greetings to Oberpfaffenhofen, to Mission Control, and of course, greetings to all the schools turned in this morning and who've shown interest in space travel. I'm happy to you can be with me at the ISS with me today, and I especially want to thank the children who made such wonderful pictures for me, which I took up here with me, and I'm going to show them to you. Okay, so you're going to see weightlessness, and you can see how my microphone is floating, and you can see I'm going to get a little bit closer. These are all pictures you made for me. And this is really fantastic. And sometimes I let them float around here. It's not just a beautiful present, but that shows that you're thinking of me. But I can also show you how this chain is floating and dancing. And sometimes I even have a competition with it. And children hand in hand around the world is the reason we're doing this. And we do experiments up here because weightlessness makes experiments possible up here that are not possible on Earth. We develop new materials that are very important for physics, for biology. And next to me, what's glowing here is a greenhouse where we're growing plants, and we can see how they grow, the plants grow in weightlessness. And what's especially exciting is this finding new products and new knowledge for our life on Earth. And there's even a lot more. And I'm going to create a little bit of a mess here. A lot of you might think there's a lot of a bit of a mess up here already. And this weightlessness, this ISS shows that cooperation shows how we can work together. And there are many people from many countries who have worked on this. And it shows that people can work together peacefully, and that we as humans can achieve a lot more if we work together for progress and innovation. And I'm so happy that you children have shown this hand in hand around the world, how this illustrates it. Exactly. Hello. Matthias, thanks for your impressive words. I'm so happy you're with us today. Of course, we have several school classes who are listening to you, who are part of this hand in hand around the world. And here we have a child reporter. We have Alice, our little reporter. And now, Alice, go on and ask your question. Hello, Herr Maurer. This is your first trip to space. What impresses you most? Hello, Alice. I'm so happy that you are a child reporter, that you're brave enough to ask questions, and asking questions is so important. That's the first step to gaining knowledge. What I miss most of all up here is fresh fruit, and ironically, we've grown cress, but we're sending it home to the scientists, and we can't eat it up here. But I miss walking through the forest and breathing fresh air and jumping in the water like in a swimming pool. We don't even have a shower up here. So these are the basic things you know from childhood on that we miss, that we take for granted, and that we miss up here. Thank you very much for your answer. We're going to the first classroom in your home area of Saarland at Victoria Püttlingen. Go, it's your turn. Hello, Herr Maurer. This is the elementary school, Victoria Püttlingen. What do you recognize when you look out the window? Greetings to you in Saarlingen and at Püttlingen School. When I look down at Earth, I see a super beautiful planet, and sometimes in the morning I'm tired in the morning. That's because I looked out the window too much at night. I see a beautiful planet. I don't see countries. I see the ocean. And I see big cities at night, and then I look down with my camera. And if I can magnify my vision with the camera, and I look at the big cities, and it arouses all kinds of emotions in me. And going around the Earth every 90 minutes, I realize it's really quite small if we can go around in 90 minutes. And everything it shows me that everything is connected, and that that you can just forget about the problems that we focus on Earth. And sometimes when I see the oceans and sometimes over the rainforest, I see the clouds of smoke, and that makes me sad, and that I see that the rainforest is being destroyed because it creates fresh air. It creates fresh air, and if we destroy the rainforest, then it destroys the future for children. And that's, of course, what we don't want. Thank you, Matthias. We're going to go to Karl Marx School in Bremerhaven. Your question. At what age did you know you wanted to become an astronaut? Yes, in my case, it wasn't really a childhood dream. I thought it was exciting to see other astronauts. I thought, well, they must be supermen, that they go up there. And now I know that if I can do it, any child can do it, and because I'm a perfectly normal person. You just have to know what you want to achieve in life, and then you have to work toward that. And this astronaut dream really only began for me when I was an adult. And I looked at what astronauts did, and of course now I know we have to be technicians, we have to be scientists, we have to build things up here. We have work with international teams, and we have to speak different languages. And so that sounded like fun, and I applied, and I was totally excited to be chosen. So now we have a question from the school at the Wupper in Leverkusen. Why does water float in a spherical shape? Oh, bravo. I'm so glad that somebody finally asked this question. And I got ready for it because it's a wonderful thing to demonstrate. I'm going to make even more of a mess now. Oh, I do have a towel here. So, okay, I'm going to show you the water in front of the camera. When the water comes out, yes, so it becomes a sphere, so that the sphere doesn't cause any damage here. I'm going to drink it very quickly. And this sphere, and the sphere is the shape with the least surface. And if I can pack a lot into a sphere without, and that's why a balloon round, and that's why all the planets have this spherical form, because you get a lot of mass without a lot of surface. And you have surface tension, and that's something that we look at up here. Because on Earth, it's not so obvious, but up here we can study the physical and chemical reactions. One thing is that if we want to solder something, and you can see how a liquid comes in contact with the surface, and I can show you by putting that drop of water on my skin. I have to see how I'm going to manage this chaos. So I can make it wobble back and forth. Okay, there's still a little edge on the corner, and it doesn't actually fall down. And this corner here, if we want to solder something or want to lacquer something, we have to make sure that there's a very little angle. So we want, if we're painting something in a house, that this angle has to be really large. Thank you, super. Thank you. And we're going to go on to the Hinsbeck School in Essen-Kupferle.
Gibt es im Weltraum oder in der ISS Gefahren? Und was passiert mit den Astronauten, wenn die ISS beschädigt wird?
What happens if the ISS is damaged? Well, of course, we're in space and something can go wrong. We can't exactly just open the door and go outside because of the vacuum. So that we have to pay attention that our spacecraft is completely sealed. And initially, we didn't think about what we would do with old rocket pieces. And we thought, well, nothing, they were finished. And now we realize that all this debris is up here, and it could collide with us, and that would be a major problem. So sometimes we have to make an evasive maneuver, and you can't see it with your bare eyes. But on Earth, there are telescopes and radar that can help scientists see where this is, and the technicians can guide us to avoid these things. And a much more important solution, we have to avoid debris and trash. We can't just throw it on Earth. We can't just throw it in the water or on the street, and this will influence our life. And so up here too, we have to find a solution on how we avoid rocket debris and clean up the old debris, so that in future astronauts can safely come into space. The next question is from the Realschule Kalbalbach.
Den ersten Teil der Frage habe ich verstanden.
Yeah.
Wie fühlt es sich an,
Yes.
wenn man auf der ISS ankommt? Den zweiten Teil
Oh,
habe ich
okay,
nicht
okay.
verstanden.
I
Kannst du mal
understood the second question. I understood the second part.
Ja,
But
Carmen, kannst du mir
yeah,
helfen? Ich habe
Carmen,
das
can you
irgendwie-
help me?
es kommt hier so ein bisschen verzerrt an bei mir.
I didn't get it clear.
Wie fühlt es sich an,
First,
wenn man auf der ISS ankommt
how does it
und
feel
ein
to
Lebenstraum
arrive?
in Erfüllung geht?
When you arrive at the ISS and fulfill your life stream?
Sehr gut, sehr gut.
Very good.
Also, ich
So,
habe sehr, sehr lange für diesen Traum gearbeitet.
I worked for a very long time to
zwischendurch
achieve
gab's
this
Höhen und
dream,
Tiefen und,
and then there were
dann
lows
gab's
and
aber auch Momente, wo
highs
ich
in
dachte,
between, and there were
vielleicht
moments
soll's einfach
when I
nicht
thought,
sein.
maybe
Vielleicht
it just
muss ich
wasn't
diesen
meant to
Traum einfach
be,
aufgeben.
and I'll just have
Und,
to give up
ich bin
on
aber
this
ein Mensch,
dream.
der
But I'm a
wirklich, wenn man ein
person
Ziel hat, das versucht zu
who
erreichen. Dann lässt
always
es mich auch nicht
tries to
herunterkriegen, wenn
achieve
mal ein
my
Problem
objectives,
entsteht.
and
Und
I
als ich
try
dann hier
not
oben
to give
angekommen
up
bin,
when I run
ich
into
glaube,
problems.
hat
And
meine
when I
Freunde auch
arrived
gesagt,
up
zum
here,
Glück habe ich Ohren, ansonsten wäre mein Kopf oder ich habe so gegrinst,
and
da wäre mein Kopf so halb
when I
rot
arrived,
gewesen.
the others said
Also,
it's a good
das
thing
sagt
that
schon alles.
I
Ich war,
had
glaube ich, super glücklich und das hat
ears
bei mir auch
because my
angezogen.
grin was
Und
so big that
jetzt 2
it would
Monate
have,
hier
my
oben,
head
der
would have,
Traum,
the top of my
ich
head would have
entdecke
come
den
off.
Traum jeden Tag noch mal
And
neu.
I
Ich
realized this dream
schaue aus dem
over and
Fenster
over
abends
every
sehr, sehr lange
day,
so auf die
and
Erde
I look
und manchmal muss ich mich
outside.
wirklich auch noch kneifen und sagen,
And
bin
I,
ich hier
at
wirklich hier
night
im All?
before I
Ist
go
das
to
nur ein
sleep, I
Traum?
look
Aber natürlich
outside. I
ist
have
es,
to pinch
oder bin ich jetzt
myself.
irgendwo nur am Schlafen und träume etwas? Das ist
And
einfach unglaublich.
it's
Und
hard to
wenn
believe
ich
for
auch
me
ihr
that I'm
Träume habt, dann
actually
kann
up
ich
here. And
euch auch wirklich
if
nur
you have
raten,
dreams,
geht
I
nicht
can
aus,
only
strengt euch
encourage
an für
all of
euren
you
Traum. Nicht jeder
to
Traum kann
work
in Erfüllung
hard
gehen, aber
for
jemand,
your
der keine
dream.
Träume hat, der kann sich keinen Traum
Maybe
erfüllen.
your
Das wäre
dreams
natürlich
won't
schade.
all come true, but if you have no dreams at all,
So,
that
wir müssen
really
uns
will
ein
be
bisschen
very
beeilen.
sad.
Danke, Matthias.
Now we have to
Jetzt
hurry a
kommen auf
little
jeden Fall noch
bit.
2 Schulen, die eine Frage
Okay,
haben.
there are
Als
two more
erstes die Grundschule am Schwemmbach aus Erfurt.
we
Wie
have the
lautet eure
school
Frage,
of
Matthias?
at Schwemmbach in Erfurt.
Hallo Matthias.
Hello,
Ich grüße
Matthias.
dich ganz, ganz lieb aus
Greetings,
Erfurt. Wir sind die
greetings
14.
from Erfurt.
Wie fühlt es sich an, in
How does it feel?
Schwerelosigkeit rumzuschweben?
How does it feel to float in weightlessness?
Hey, viele Grüße nach Erfurt. Ich
Hey,
kann euch sagen, hier
greetings
zu schweben,
to Erfurt.
das ist
I can
einfach,
only
das ist
say
super,
to
super toll.
float,
Abends,
it's
bevor
just
ich ins Bett gehe,
fantastic.
dann
At
hänge ich
night
hier beim
before I go to
Columbus-Modul.
sleep,
Ich schlafe
I,
hier hinten,
I,
das ist ja
I
meine Kajüte. Dann
sit
schlafe
in
ich
the
da
Columbus
manchmal oder hänge
module
einfach da
because I
so.
sleep in the back.
Und
I
das
just
ist
hang
so
back
super
there,
entspannend, das ist so
and it's
angenehm,
so
das kannst du dir gar nicht
relaxing.
vorstellen. Das ist
It's hard to
so, als
describe.
wenn
You
du
can't
im
imagine.
Wasser hängen würdest,
It's
aber
like
natürlich bist du nass
hanging in the
dabei.
water without being
Oder auch,
wet,
also man liegt viel besser
and
als auf
you
in einem
lie
Wasserbett. Das ist
down
einfach
much better even
traumhaft. Ist
than
total
on a water
entspannend.
bed.
Ich fühle mich
It's
frei wie ein Vogel. Ich
relaxing.
kann
It's
Sachen
you're
machen. Ich
free
kann
as a
Sachen machen,
bird.
die normalerweise nur Kinder machen können, wie
Okay,
Purzelbaum schlagen,
okay, I can
ohne
do a
überlegt zu tun.
backflip that
Naja, gut,
normally
das ging
only
jetzt schief.
children can do.
Aber
But
gut,
this one
wenn
wasn't
keiner hinschaut,
perfect.
dann geht's
But
besser.
if no one is watching, then I can do a better job.
Von der Regenbogenschule
The last one is from the
Altheim aus Münster.
Regenbogenschule Altheim in Münster.
Ich bin der Finn und wollte fragen, wie
I'm
Weihnachten und
Philip,
Silvester auf der ISS
and I want to know how you spent Christmas and New Year's on the ISS.
Also Weihnachten
Oh,
haben wir
well,
mit unseren Freunden
At
hier
Christmas,
ganz lecker gegessen, haben
we
auch
ate
Geschenke
delicious
verteilt.
food
Wir hatten einen
together.
Tannenbaum,
We
natürlich nicht
had
aus Holz, sondern aus Kunststoff nur.
we had an
Der hing an
artificial
der
tree.
Decke,
We
aber wenn man auf dem
exchanged
Kopf
gifts,
steht, dann
and
stand er ja wieder richtig.
and it
Und
would
darunter hatten wir dann verschiedene Socken
it was
aufgebaut,
upside down,
oder
and we
hingen
had
mit
and
so
we
Klettverschluss,
hang up
damit ja alles
stockings.
nicht wegfliegt.
And
Und
we
dann hatten wir
attached it
Geschenke
all so that
bereitgepackt und
we
dann gab's
we put
Geschenke von
gifts
jedem für
in
jeden. Das war ganz, ganz schön, war eine tolle
in these
Überraschung.
stockings,
Und
and it
natürlich
was
noch kleine
really
Geschenke, weil wir
nice,
nicht
and
so
it
viel
was
Gewicht
they were
mitnehmen
nice
konnten.
surprises. Of course, they were
Und an
small because
Silvester
we couldn't
haben wir
take
dann
too
sogar
much here.
gefeiert und getanzt.
And for
Und in
New Year's, we
Schwerelosigkeit,
celebrated
da könnt ihr euch
and
vorstellen, das war eine wilde
danced,
Party. Das war
and
richtig klasse.
you can imagine in zero gravity dancing.
Okay,
It
und
was
zum
a
Schluss noch
wild
eine
party.
letzte Frage von Alice, unserer Kinderreporterin.
And the last question is from
Was
Alice.
ist denn Ihr Lieblingsexperiment auf der ISS?
What's your favorite experiment on the ISS?
Alice, kannst du mir das nochmal sagen?
Can you repeat that, Alice, please?
Was ist denn Ihr
What
Lieblingsexperiment
is-
auf der ISS?
Your favorite experiment on the ISS?
Super, habe ich verstanden. So, also
Okay,
manchmal kommt das hier bei
I
der
understand.
Funkübertragung. Wir fliegen zu
Sometimes
schnell, glaube
it's
ich. Man
either
kann die Signale nicht so
traveling
gut
too
an.
fast.
Aber
Sometimes
mein
it's hard to hear.
Lieblingsexperiment auf der ISS
My
sind nicht viele. Also
favorite-
ich bin ja
I have many
Werkstoffwissenschaftler,
different
deswegen viele neue
favorite
Materialien
experiments.
entwickelt, die dann
But I'm a
hier
scientist,
morgen,
and I want
übermorgen
to
oder in
develop
ein paar Jahren,
new
auch dann in der Hand haben
materials
könnt als
that
neues
will be
Produkt.
used
Und das fängt
and
schon an, dass wir
in
hier
the years to
verschiedene Metalle
come. And
aufschmelzen
so
können.
we melt different metals out here. And there's one experiment where I have to mix cement. And you think that sounds like a crazy idea. We're not going to build a house up here, but it's an experiment that's going to contribute to our ability to make something less damaging to the environment, because cement produces CO2, and so we are able to optimize this and send our results down, and so in hopes that in creating cement that we can create without creating too much CO2. There's an experiment I have down here that probably, as someone who's a bricklayer with a name like mine, as bricklayer, that would come to mind right away. Thank you so much for your answers. That was really exciting. And speaking live with an astronaut who is in space, I suggest that at the last, everyone together wishes you a safe flight, all together.
Guten Flug, Matthias. Also, bist du bereit, Lisa? Ja, ich bin bereit. Okay.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow, ich denke, das hätte Matthias wahrscheinlich auch ohne die Funkverbindung.
I think Matthias could have known that without it.
Ja, Wahnsinn. Ja,
it's crazy.
Das war unser In-Flight Call.
This was our in-flight call together with Hand in Hand around the world. We thank our colleagues at NASA, ESA, and the German Control Center, also the students, the teachers, and of course Matthias Maurer. And thank you for people in Houston. We don't want to forget them. And Matthias is looking at the strip of paper, but now you get to roll up all those pictures. Bye. Greetings from the ISS. This is my job for the next few minutes to roll all this up again. Yes, because I want to take good care of this and bring it back in one piece and be able to show it to many children. It's a great message. Thank you so much to all the children who participated. Bye. I was so happy to do this.
Station, this is Houston ACR.
Thank Houston
you.
Station.
That concludes the event.
Thank you to all participants from ESA, Statia. We are now resuming operational audio communications.